Good morning, learners! Are you excited for today's lesson? Come and join me in an awesome adventure in music, arts, PE, and health. Dahil sa Mapi 8, isipay siksik, katawan ay liliglig, kaya halina at matuto with Ma'am A.
Health 8 Quarter 3 Week 1 Disease Prevention and Control Communicable Diseases. Lesson is Stages of Infection. MELC competency is to discusses the stages of infection, analyzes the leading cause of morbidity and mortality in the Philippines. Our lesson objective: discuss the stages of infection and the leading cause of morbidity and mortality in the Philippines. Develop awareness on the stages of infection. Recommend actions to prevent and control the spread of communicable diseases. Let's do this activity. What's the word? Unscramble the letters to reveal the hidden words. Blank is an abnormal condition affecting the body of a human, animal, or plants. You got it right. It's disease. Is a disease that is not transmissible directly from one person to another. The answer is non-communicable disease. NCDs or non-communicable diseases includes Parkinson's disease, diabetes, autoimmune disease, osteoporosis, strokes, cataracts, osteoarthritis, most heart disease, most cancers, chronic kidney disease, Alzheimer's disease, and others. Next, we have also known as infectious diseases or transmissible diseases or illnesses that result from the infection, presence, and growth of pathogenic capable of causing diseases, biologic agents in an individual human or other animal host. And it is called communicable disease. Last, we have HOTPAGEN. It is a bacterium or virus or other microorganism that can cause disease. Napakagaling, nakuha mo at ito ay pathogen. There are different types of pathogen. We have the cellular or the living pathogen and acellular, which is the non-living pathogen. Examples of cellular or living pathogen are parasites, protozoa, fungi, or prokaryote. Under acellular or non-living, we have virus and prion. We also have blank is the invasion of germs and growth in the body. Yes, it's infection. There are different stages of infection at ito ang ating pag-aaralan sa araw na ito. And let's begin. First stage is the incubation stage. It occurs in acute disease after the initial entry of the pathogen into the host. The pathogen is actively replicating without producing symptoms. This stage may be as short as few hours, up to many years. Second period or stage of infection is the prodromal stage. Pathogens continues to multiply. The host begin to experience signs and symptoms. Dito na nagiging visible yung sakit. Third stage of infection is illness stage. It begins when more specific signs and symptoms appears. Next stage is the convalescence stage, interval when acute symptoms of infection disappears. It is the gradual recovery of health and strength after illness. The length of recovery depends on the severity of the infection and the sick person's general state of health. Recovery may take several days to months. What should you do if you have an infection? Pahapyaw lang ito, and this will be elaborated in the next lessons. First is to observe signs and symptoms. Take the doctor's advice seriously. Practice healthy lifestyle. Now let us see if you learned today by answering these simple questions. In the shield, list down 5 healthful practices you can do to prevent and control the spread of the disease. You can do this in your notebook.
What an awesome adventure we had today. I hope you learned a lot. Remember that a sound mind is a sound body. See you again for the next adventure in music,